And welcome back to Dragon Ball Z What If? What if Goku had Ikari from the beginning? Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Frieza had come to town, but Goku had wasted his ass at the death of his brother Raditz and upon his family. He was just starting to get to know once again. Frieza had taken that from Goku. His rage had peaked and he'd become the legendary Super Ikari Saiyan. What happened was he did obtain Super Saiyan, but he obtained it on top of his Ikari form, which, as we saw from Dragon Ball Super Broly, is kind of freaking hacks. But because Goku has trained all his life with Ikari, he didn't lose complete control like Broly did in the movie. Now we cut to still afterwards, everyone's staying there, and Krillin, his best friend, is trying to approach Goku. Goku's still, just like, the rage is just still there. He's still able to kind of stay focused and in control, but the rage is just still there, and it's intense, and it hurts. And Krillin's like, Goku, it's okay, Goku. And he just looks at him like, it's like, Goku, come on, man. It's me, it's Krillin, your best friend. And Goku's just, it's all right. We can bring it back with the Dragon Balls. It's fine, Goku. Just calm down. Listen to him, Goku. Tien's like chiming in. Come on, Goku. It's over. Goku, come on. And he sees his friends there, and he's finally just like catching his breath. Just, and finally, the form breaks and his Ikari breaks. He just kind of like collapses down on one. He's Goku, are you okay? What happened? He's like, well, you don't remember? It's like, I have vague memories. I was just seeing red the whole time. Did this Frieza take care of? Yeah, you killed him, man. Raditz. It's like, well, don't worry, Goku. We'll get the Dragon Balls and bring him back. No problem whatsoever. It's like, right. What was that? It can't be. Then Tien and Piccolo and Vegeta, they all look and it's like, what do you know? Why should I tell you what I know? I don't know anything. What makes you think I know anything? It's like, because you clearly know. Because you're Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. And that look on your face says it all. And Vegeta's like, there's a legend among the Saiyan race. Once every 1,000 years, a warrior emerges stronger than any before him. A legendary Super Saiyan. It's like, you think Goku became this legendary Super Saiyan? It's like, the way it's described, it fits. Everything Kakarot has done. Everything Kakarot has done, the power he obtained, it matches the legends. It's like, oh, whoa, unbelievable! I'm gonna have to train. I'm gonna have to train this power now too. All right. It's like, how could the legendary Super Saiyan be such a clown? It's like, all right, so let's get Rad's back. And then they wish Rad's back. Now, someone asked, Rad's going to get a big Zenkai. And I'm like, yeah, until I realize something. I don't think Saiyans get Zenkais from coming back from the dead. Now, I say this with the understanding that we don't know for certain. We just don't. Because the official power levels only go up so high, like in the Daizenshu, only go up to Namek. And while we do have a power level for Goku after the whole training with King Kai, we've all just assumed that was his power level boost from training. It never stopped, I think, to occur to any of us that it was actually we had to include a Zenkai from that, from coming back from the dead. I don't, and the way it's played off in the series, doesn't seem to be what happened. That just seems to be the results of his training. So, I actually don't think Saiyans get Zenkais from coming back from the dead. I don't think. And I'm going to keep it as such from here on out until there's something definitively that says that. Anywho, so they bring Rad's back, say, Kakarot, did you do it? He's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, Frieza's dead. It's like, that's my baby brother. That's my little baby brother. And it's like, hey, come on, stop it. What are you going to do about it? They're kind of like goofing around a little bit, like actual brother, actually having a family moment there, and I think that'd be really nice. But now we get to afterwards. How are things working out? Is Rad's living at Capsule Corp? Is he living with the Sans? No, the Gokus? Actually, technically, no, Son would be, yeah, Son, isn't it? Because his name is Son Goku. Goku is his first name, so isn't Goku Son? Goku's son, so it's Gohan Son, Goten Son, and Chi-Chi Son. Okay, whatever. Saiyans doesn't need to have surname, so it's all good. So, and sorry, I've been dealing with my acid reflux, and it's not really the acid; it's the fact I can't stop burping. Like I'm getting intermittent, breaks. But ultimately, it just comes back, and I get a burp, and sometimes they're huge. And it's causing a lot of discomfort. Although right now I'm actually feeling a lot better because I've been getting a lot of the burps out. Anywho, I digress. Enough about that. Saiyan burps. But I think Rad's actually living with, Goku's family. Chi-Chi definitely puts him in his place. He's like, yes, ma'am. It's like, you're lucky, Kakarot. If she wasn't your woman, I might go after her. I might go after her. Yeah, well, she's mine, so stay back. But I was like, all right. So what is it you do anyway, Kakarot? I don't recall asking. It's like, oh, I'm a radish farmer. You a radish farmer? No, a radish. It's like, what's up? Yes, I'm right here. I can see. It's like, who's up first? Who's the guy up first? Yeah, the guy up first. Who is he? Yes. But he explains what a radish is. Like, this is what you do with your time when you're not training or spend training. He's like, yeah, actually, it's a good workout when you really do. It's like, and Rad tries it, and he has to admit there's a little bit of satisfaction in getting a task done like that. He's kind of enjoying life, a little bit of the peaceful life, to some degree or another. Vegeta, I do think, stays at Capsule Corp for the time being. Him and Bulma ultimately hook up. Bulma gets pregnant, has Vegeta's baby. I don't think even if Yamcha had stayed alive, that Bulma and him were staying together. But there's a problem. The Ginyu Force made it out of there. And they are definitely going to be telling Big Papa Cold what went down. So he finds like, you're telling me that my son, one of the strongest beings in the universe, second possibly only to myself, was killed by a Saiyan on a backworld planet. Is that what you're telling me, Captain Ginyu? No, that's what Goldo is telling you. It's like, oh, Goldo, of course, I must have misheard. So tell me, is that what you're telling me, Goldo? Yes? We're setting a course to Earth. And, he's walking by, like, well, that was... Cold just blows him up. Because Captain Ginyu's like, yeah, there might have been a good chance I was going to be killed by that. Jace, Birder, and Raccoon were just like, because they're all the Ginyus survived. So I was like, well, we're going to fill out the fifth spot. It's like, yes, yes, Captain Ginyu. Right. And so they're heading there. Meanwhile, Goku's been training, and it's hard. He can't really figure out how to tap back into the Super Saiyan form again. At least not initially. He's trying it base form-wise, and he can't seem to do it. And Rad's and him are training. It's just things like, well, the first time you did it, you were already transformed into that Ikari form of yours. Maybe you were to try it again and think about what triggered it the last time. And goes into the Ikari and he thinks about it. And he's like, and he's focusing, and eventually, boom, he powers up again. Now this time around, even though he is in this form, and it's still very much affects his personality. He did it willingly and he did it consciously. So he's like, it's like, Kakarot, are you okay? It's like, I'm fine. It's just it took a long time to work past the rage that the Ikari form added on. This just seems like heighten everything so many times over. And the power is incredible, Kakarot. And so we'll have to practice. We'll see if we can access this form. Now see if you can get out of it. Try focusing only on getting out of your Ikari form. And Goku's trying, and he's there, and folk trying to separate the two. ugh, and he just gets out of the car, and he's in Super Saiyan now, and he finds his temper goes down very quickly. Just, whoa. And he can still feel he's in a much more powerful state now, but it's nowhere near what he was with the combined form. It's like, how are we feeling now? Honestly, a lot better. Whoa. I mean, it still feels intense, but it's far greater than what Ikari gives. But wow, this feels a lot more easy to manage. And so they spend time practicing it. Eventually, I do believe Goku is able to help Raditz access for the Ikari form. Super Saiyan, I think, is beyond Raditz right now. I think Vegeta does ultimately go off into space after the coal thing to go trade, and he will unlock Super Saiyan on the way. Meanwhile, though, they get a unfortunate little realization that, oh, King Cold's coming. So they're about to fly over, but of all the people to show up, it's like, so you must be Frieza. It's like, no, unfortunately, I'm not. There's Trunks there to, mess up the timeline. Let's not mince words. He actually kind of messed up the timeline. Yeah, multiverse is a bitch. But he comes in, he deals with the Cold's men, and he confronts Goku. It's like, Goku, it's good to finally meet you. He's like, yeah, and you are. It's like, I can't really tell you that, but let's go somewhere and talk. I was surprised. I would have expected you were already on the planet. I thought you'd be in space, but you're not. Why would I be in space? Well, because of Namek. Namek? I don't really know anything about Namek. What do you mean? And he explains what's happening. He's like, that doesn't make any sense. This doesn't match up with the history that Oh, crap, baskets. I always do that because I think Trunks is smart enough to realize when something's gone horribly wrong. And then he realizes, wait, that's not my father. That's not Vegeta, is it? It's like, no, that's my brother, Raditz. That one's Vegeta. Oh, crap, baskets. It's like, what? Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Maybe we should talk about this actually among them, with them. This is something I'm going to change up because I think Trunks, apart from letting them know that he's the son of Bulma and Vegeta, seeing that there's so much difference in this timeline, goes to explain the scenario to everyone. Because which was dumb. Why the hell did he only tell Goku? That was so dumb. Because it's like, did he think Goku's going to be the only one who needs to beat him? It's not like, hey, things might change up or anything. These guys don't need to train for that. Nah, that was so dumb, Trunks. And so he tells them, they'll accept this. He flies off into the future. Why am I singing that now? I don't know why, but I like this song. Anyway, he flies off, and so, they hear it out. Goku has his heart medication, and they get the training. Goku spends his 3 years training with Raditz. I think Goten does join in just to spend time with his dad and his uncle, but unfortunately, Gohan is going to be sent to the wayside, sadly, of storytelling purposes. I do think he'll get strong, but he's not a major Z fighter of this story. And that stems from the fact that the big catalyst for Gohan was him getting kidnapped by Piccolo and being, trained by him. So unless it revolves around Gohan specifically, a lot of times where Gohan doesn't get kidnapped, not going to be a part of the Z fighters. And Piccolo joins in too. I think the three of them train together. Goku, finally is able to, after 3 years, Goku is able to, I believe it was 3. Yeah, in 3 years. In 3 years, Goku was able to get. You know what? I'm actually now blanking. I'm pretty sure it was 3 years, right? Anyway, I digress. So in 3 years, I think Goku not only is able to has Ikari, he's mastered that long since then, has Super Saiyan, which he's gotten down pretty pat. I think, and he can even access the Ikari Super Saiyan, although that is very strenuous on him still. But he has learned to mitigate it and use it only for short periods of time. Not like it's strenuous on his body, strenuous on his mental toll. He is able to focus in on the opponent. But it's like Hulk. The longer he fights, the more angry he gets and the more brutal he gets. So it's kind of one of those things that if he goes in that form, he's got to wrap it up quick. Raditz, I think, will also have Ikari and Super Saiyan, and we know Vegeta would get Super Saiyan. Everyone else is pretty okay. I mean, they're honestly stronger than their canon counterparts, to be honest. But we know that the level of power gap in Dragon Ball Z just went out the window once we got to the androids themselves. So they ultimately go out. Goku has not suffered from the effects of the heart virus. Raditz, though, I think is smart enough to be like, Kakarot, you're taking a medication with you. In fact, take one just to be safe. And he takes one to be safe. Sorry, not take one to say. He actually, it is in fact a liquid. I did realize it was a liquid, but I imagine they could probably put it in a capsule and be fine. Or have Bulma like retro engineer it or reverse engineer it. Reverse engineer it. But anyway, Goku. They basically have Goku, just go take a swig just to be safe, or whatever the amount is, and they go off and they meet up. Yamcha still gets a hole in his chest. Poor Yamcha. Goku confronts them, and Rad's there, and Jiro. Now, to be fair, these androids aren't the same as the previous androids because they have both Vegeta and Rad's there to kind of bounce DNA off of. So they do have a bit more information. I do think are a bit stronger. Not amazingly stronger, but a bit stronger. That said, Goku goes into Ikari first, goes up against 19. He's not faring very well, to be honest. So he immediately goes into Super Saiyan, which he is faring much better. I would dare say he's starting to curb stomp 19. He does, however, do the Kamehameha, and the energy still gets absorbed. Goku, they get absorbed energy through their hands. Oh, wait, that's too much. Now, luckily, because he preemptively took the medicine, even though he does still get the heart virus, he's not feeling the effects anywhere near as harshly. He can feel that he's struggling to breathe a little bit, but his power is starting to just dip a little bit, but he can't figure out why. And then he realizes, Kakarot, you took your medication, right? It's like, oh, yeah, I took it. It's like, oh man, this might be a bit of a problem. And so Goku is realizing, I think I might be having a problem here. But he took medication, so he's not as he can still fight. Is what I'm trying to say. 19 though is like, I will take all of your energy. I can do a good 19. I can take all of your energy. You want my energy? Then take it. All of it. And he just goes into super. Let's call it Super Ikari, or Super Saiyan Ikari. That works. Wrathful Super Saiyan, whatever you want to call it. It just overloads Titans. Just blows off his arm. Just boom, blows off his head. And even Jiro's like, but it's now, even though he took his medicine, that level of power is now putting strain on his body, and it still would put strain on his body, and it is speeding up the effects. And he can feel Jiro's like, Goku's trying to aim for him. It's like, I've got Kakarot, stop it, enough. And he just goes back to basic, quickly, and he gets Goku a bit more of the medicine. Goku needs to chill out for a little while. It's like, I'll be okay. Raditz like, don't worry, we'll go after him. Right, get Yamcha, get Goku back in the house. Right. And make sure he keeps the medication with us. Oh, no, come on, I can still fight. Guys, like, you're done for today, big guy. And so they go after Jiro. And, Jiro's like, no, not good. Goes to activate 17 and 18. He does get there. I think he probably does steal a bit of Piccolo's energy, but Piccolo, I think, is still strong enough to take him out. Or at least wound him. And 17 and 18, wake up. And they kill Jiro. They wake up 16 as well. And now this would actually be kind of interesting that, Raditz and Vegeta are both there. Vegeta showed up as well. Vegeta tries to take on 18. And with Raditz there, because he's related to Goku, 16 does actually there is relation to Son Goku, but you are not Son Goku, therefore I do not care. But he does take notice of Raditz. Raditz does also go Super Saiyan. And as 18's beating the crap out of Vegeta, Raditz is actually, I think, at this point, stronger than Vegeta. But unfortunately, he's not strong enough to take on 17. I think he doesn't go down quite that quickly as Piccolo and 17 did. Piccolo and Tien did. When 17 comes for Raditz, he immediately goes into Super Saiyan and does dodge maybe the initial strike and actually strike back at 17. But oh, so you can go blonde too, huh? That's cool. Just boom! Yeah, but blonde ain't all it's cracked up to be, right, sis? Shut up. And then they go off and leave their crippled bodies, oh, and Trunks too, crippled bodies in the ground. Oh, we are in serious trouble. Uh, Unfortunately, they've all used up all of their days, I think, in the hyperbolic time chamber at this point. Now, some people have asked, can Kami just redo the time chamber? Maybe, but there's no indication he could. We know Dende did, but Dende was a new guardian, and he was weak. Had much vitality. He was ultimately just stronger than Kami was. We don't know by how much, but it's clear that he was a more powerful Namekian just because of his youth. He probably didn't have a high power level. Like Kami, we know I did have a power level like 300, 400, roughly. Dende probably didn't have a very high power level to begin with, but as he got older, it probably did increase. So as he became a young adult Namekian, he probably was somewhere more like in the 5 or 6, maybe 700 range. Nothing that, not a power that could like stop anything on the planet at that point in the series, but still. And so Goku was at his house recovering. Radz does show up and explain what happened. He's like, well, don't worry. As soon as I'm recovered, I'll take those guys. Like, Daddy, you gotta be careful. Or Dad, you gotta be careful. It's like, I know. Go on, right, Goku. You can't keep taking these kind of risks. We don't want to see you get hurt. It's like, I know. I appreciate it. And then they hear the story of what's going on in Ginger Town, like the bodies disappearing, clothes are. It's like, what the hell's going on? And so that is where we're leaving part 5. This is now getting us to an interesting spot because pretty much all of their hyperbolic time chamber cards have been checked. So we now have a little bit of a problem. How are these guys going to get strong for some of these characters? We know Goku still has the Super Saiyan Ikari form up his belt or up his sleeve, but everyone else, they might have a problem. But ultimately, we'll find out next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know we'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. And I'll see you folks